Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Just Octopus, good evening, sir. Hello. Welcome back. Thank you very much. Nice to see you. Hello. Shit. I'm sitting here. I forgot. What do I do here? I've completely forgotten. What do I do with my hands? Where am I looking? Am I looking at you? Am I looking at the screen? What's going on? Grass, good evening, sir. Hello. Hi, guys. Hello. How are we all doing? Good evening. Hopefully you can hear me. Can you all hear me? You should be able to. I will preface that I am the definition of rusty when it comes to live streaming, so we can treat this whole thing basically as a bit of a test, right? If things go wrong, if things fuck up, if my audio's bad and you can't hear me, we'll just pretend, okay? We'll just pretend that it's good. You can hear me good? Okay, sweet, sweet, excellent. You on a trip? I'm sorry, I should have given you advance notice. Never seen my face before. This is new. Yep. It's new for me too. Uh, yes. To be clear, um, in case it wasn't uh obvious, things have changed. Some things have changed. I'm on a new setup. I've got a brand spanking new Amazon's finest PC here, which is new for me. Very exciting. One of the things that allows me to do is this: just sit here. You know, it's me. Lilymore, good evening, sir. Hello. Crazy day today. Crazy day. Big day. Big times. I'm glad to see some people in here. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't sure what was gonna happen. I didn't know if you guys still cared, so it's nice to see you all. Nice to see you. Yep, new PC. For anyone who has missed it, over the past couple of days, I have been putting up content on the channel. I've sort of just been kind of warming up, getting myself back into it. The focus at the moment is chess, mostly because chess is a very fun game, and also it's a game that is very easy to run on a computer. So I'm very confident that I'm able to play it on a computer. Um, we're playing chess. That's what we're doing today. That's the plan. I'm gonna hop on. For anyone who hasn't been watching the content, I've stuck with a little format. So I solve a couple of puzzles, right? I give a little breakdown, run through some puzzles, give you my mindset. I do rapid games, so I'll play like a 15-minute game on chess.com, and then I will analyze it after. That's the idea. So if that is something that excites you, stick around. That's what we're doing today. But no, I've not done a live stream on the channel in a very long time, many months. But I kind of got the itch to do it. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. No good at chess. Checkers, on the other hand, do they have a checkers.com? Is that a thing? Can you play checkers online? You can as well. 24/7 checkers. New plan. The game has changed. Get absolutely nasty at checkers. You'll be watching me while you have pain on Sekiro. Streaming it yourself? Nice, man. Hopping on the content grind. Good. Excellent. Dark Souls in the background. Indeed. Indeed. I don't know if this PC is capable of playing Dark Souls. That's something that I should maybe figure out at some point. But yes, today we are doing chess. Let me pull up my little camera here. Keep me right as we go here as well, guys. If you can't see any of these screens, let me know. If I'm just talking through something and you can't see, let me know and I'll sort it out. So I still have my PS4. I've still got it. Um, I still have it. It's in the other room. I have. I got an extra room in this house. It's very exciting. I know I never showed off the old place, but essentially, I was living in the middle of my, we're middle of Scotland here, in this tiny little box flat. Right, it had a living room, a bedroom, and basically a kitchen, bathroom. So it was what? It was like one bedroom, living room, kitchen, bathroom. And I used to do all of my live streams, for a fun fact. Thanks, Bob. Love you. Love you very much. I used to do all my live streams in that little box flat, sat cross-legged on the floor, right, like proper Indian style on the floor, right, hands on the knees, with a little like Japanese style wooden table in front of me, right, that I had my old Blue Yeti microphone perched on top of, not Blue Yeti, Blue Snowball, perched on top of, and it had a red light on it, and the red light would always be in my face, it would always be in my eyes, and I would be sitting there mostly playing through Dark Souls, right? And after about, you know, 20 minutes of streaming, my knees would start hurting, so I'd have to like fucking move sideways, right? Like kick a leg up in the air, you know. Um, so it's safe to say that compared to that, we now have a very comfortable setup here. I'm at my computer desk. I have a chair that I can sit on. My microphone is no longer blaring a red light directly into my eyes, right? It's very comfortable. It's very comfortable. Haven't seen me in a while. It's my girlfriend's name. We should play more Dark Souls. Bob. Bob is the name. Rob Bob is the name. She may play more Dark Souls. We'll see. We'll see. I got off topic. In answer to the question, the PS4 is still here. It's in what is now my living room, which is up back that way. The only problem with doing live streams on a PS4, I like to run live streams off like a wired connection, right? Otherwise, the signal might be a little bit fucked. My wired connection port is in this room where the PC is. It's not in the other room where the PS4 is. So maybe if I can figure that out at some point, I can do some PS4 streaming. Basil, good evening, sir. Hello. Hello. Nice to see you. Nice to see a bunch of familiar faces in here. What's up, guys? Missed you. Missed you terribly. It has been a busy little couple of months for me, getting into this new place, getting things set up, getting comfortable and acclimatized to my environment. So it's nice to see that I can hop on here after what is like, months. And there's still some people who care. So appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. New house, new wreck. Yeah, my knees are gonna be fucking, honestly. I'm gonna grow like 7 inches, over the next couple of weeks. Right, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna be like 6'7". I'm gonna be towering. I'm gonna be sitting. This will be the live stream in the next like 2 months from now. This is gonna be all you'll see on the camera because I'll be up in the fucking ceiling. You know, that's all you'll be able to see. That's all you'll be able to see. Goober, good evening, sir. Hello, welcome, guys. Weirdlemon, welcome. We yearned for the peak. I am sorry, I left you all with a drought. What were you watching? what was on? what were we watching? You always imagine me as a 60 to 70-year-old man. That's fucking rude. What do you mean? What do you mean 60 to 70-year-old man? I'm spry. I'm young. I'm a young fella. I'm specifically the age now, right, where like proper zoomers, like your 17, 18-year-olds think I'm really old, but like in my office environment, I'm like the youngest guy, right? That's where I am. Greetings, guys. I know I'm milking it. I'm milking it. I'm excited to see you all. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be back. Yearned for the peak, indeed. The fuck we all watching, honestly. I tell you what I've been watching. Just last night, I stumbled. I'd never played the game, but I stumbled onto Escape from Tarkov YouTube, right? So I was watching this guy do an Escape from Tarkov series on YouTube where he started with nothing. He had no guns, he had no nothing, no loadout. He would just hop into the map and he would start uh, going crazy, trying to get some guns, trying to level up his character. That game's crazy. It looked like a lot of fun. It looked like a lot of fun. Cool. Let's get started. Let's hop in, guys. We're here with a puzzle, right, that I've not solved for 23 minutes now. This is a timer that tells you how long I've just been gabbing for, right, and not playing the game. So keep an eye on that. What's happening in this position? So I'm being told that this is a critical position and that there's a way we can win a piece. One of Black's pieces here. So we can start calculating, right? We can start working through some moves. We can see what's happening. The first thing on the agenda, the first move that I'm thinking about is something like Rook C3, right? Take a pawn, maybe soften up Black's king a little bit. That could be a move. Whenever you do these puzzles, it's always important to start by thinking about checks, right? Good checks. So in this position, I think we only have one check, or two, which is Queen B2 and Queen B3. Both of those are not very good, right? If I play Queen B2, Black can take the Queen with a pawn. And if I play Queen B3, Black can take either with the pawn or the king. Get going on a Dark Souls run again? I'll see, man. I'll see. This is very much I don't know. I'm here. I'm having fun, right? I'll see what I'm doing. Chess is the agenda for the time being, but I don't know what I'll be doing in, weeks, months from now. You would try to do some Dark Souls co-op action with some other pals, checking them out. Some nature explorers? What is that? What is a nature explorer? Whenever you hear me say you're being told you need to do this, I'm just imagining a hidden mic in your ear and someone's telling me directions. No, I am, so, I mean, this is only funny for people who know about chess drama, but right now, just to make sure that I do all these moves correctly, I actually have like a butt plug in. Yeah, I'm plugged. So that's why this is so easy for me. I've got a little vibrating butt plug in that's just telling me all the moves that I need to make. Right. So what other moves do I see here if our checks are both bad? A way to win Black's piece. So something maybe like Rook here or Rook here to attack Black's queen. If we were to play Rook here, the follow-up would be pawn takes Rook, right? Which is not good. If we play here, the follow-up is pawn takes Rook with check. So both of those moves are bad. Oh, just people who explore nature in the woods, abandoned structures. Ah, right, okay. Got you. That's good content. I like people who explore abandoned buildings. I enjoy watching that content. It's good. Okay, other things that I'm thinking about here in the position. Yeah, going back to this move, Rook takes pawn. What would happen after that? I mean, we're threatening this pawn. But it doesn't win a piece, right? It does not win a piece. So I'm thinking... Hope Luke comes back. Miss camping trips in the subreddit. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Luke, I know he had watched some of the Football Manager stuff that I was doing. Haven't seen him in a bit. Hopefully he is well. Yeah, yeah, we'd love to see him in here. So if I take here, obviously black can take back with the rook. If I take here, maybe there's some idea of coming in here with a fork. Ah, this could be interesting, okay? So obviously we play here. Black takes with the rook. No, that's not quite so interesting. Not quite so interesting. I was going to say we could play here with the idea of getting into this square, but black can take that knight. Might allow some other move. No. Oh, you do finally have Discord grass. That's good, man. That's good. Move to that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see. We'll see. Right. So knight here as an idea. I don't know what the concept would be there. Here, rook takes pawn. No. What else can we do here? I am not entirely sure. This is a tricky one. This is a tricky one for sure. Shut up so I can focus. Nah, you're all good, man. You're all good. I will either solve this puzzle or I'll not solve this puzzle, right? I'll either be able to do it or I won't. Right. So, what else is possible here? I sort of run through a lot of the main moves that I had in my head, right? I mean, obviously this is still on the table with the threat of coming in here next and here. So I can play here. What would black do at that point? Take this pawn with check. I could slide the rook back over, which is attacking the queen. Imagine the queen was to take this pawn. At that point, I could play like queen here, maybe? Do or don't, that is the question. Solve or don't solve, right? That's it. So another interesting idea is a move like queen a1, just saying that the pawn is pinned to the queen. It could be something to do with that. Maybe a move like knight takes, queen here. Am I missing anything here? Find a way to win the piece. Let's try some indirect stuff, right? That was one of the big things that I was talking about in my videos with a lot of these puzzles. The idea of indirect threats. So not checks, not immediate attacks, but moves that threaten something else, right? So what about this bishop as well? I haven't looked at this bishop at all. A move like bishop takes, no. Yeah, I am struggling here. Queen a1, pawn gets pushed. I take a queen, he makes a new queen and he gets a knight. So that's not so good. Queen c2 doesn't achieve much. Ideally the threat would be to get a knight into this square. So I could take here, but again the rook takes. queen takes. Yeah, it doesn't work. That does not work. Are we trapping this queen somehow? How are we trapping this queen? Let me just take a little extra second here. How are we trapping this? Or which piece are we winning, I guess? Again, like here's possible. Yeah, I'm struggling here. My brain is struggling. I mean, I can take here, but then that allows this, right? So if it was going to be a capture, it would probably be a knight capturing. Saying that maybe this is coming afterwards. But what does that do? Forces the king back here. Not too threatening, right? So half tempted to take a hint here. I'm not really sure what's going on. There's also a part of me that just wants to kind of push through here, right, and try and solve it. Just see if I can solve it. Find a way to win a piece. Just repeating that at this point. Win the piece. Win the piece. Okay. I don't know if I'm missing something obvious here. 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 What do we actually threaten at that point? We're not really threatening anything, right? Black king is strangely kind of safe in this position. So knight takes. Knight takes. What's the move after that? Queen takes. Takes. King takes. Go ahead with your trip. Gotta go. Cool, man. Nice to see you. Nice to see you in here. Don't catch anything this week. That's probably why. You have to stream next week, though. Good luck with the Jets. Thanks very much, man. Yeah, nice to see you. Nice to see you. All the best with the trip as well. Hope it's good fun. Hope it is good fun. Yeah, I'm stuck on like 5 or 6 moves here. I think I'm going to take a hint just to see what's happening, right? I can capture a pawn for free. Well, yeah, like with here, right? Okay. So that was the move. It was knight captures pawn, but I don't know why the queen had to take. That's a bit strange. Let's hop into our analysis board here, and we can take a look and see what's happening with this, right? It's one of these ones. I'm just not quite sure I understand. I'm not quite sure I understand. So imagine knight takes here, right? I got a pawn, and black just moves their queen away. I need to recognize in this position that I have checkmate in 6 moves, right? Okay, and I assume that's true in any scenario. So if I just leave this queen here, and I play, I don't know, like rook here, mate in 2 with queen b1, king c5. So it's recognizing that without moving anything, apart from that knight, you have a checkmate threat. Okay, and that's why black has to give up the queen, because otherwise you're getting checkmated as black. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, even if the king goes back like here. Not checkmate, but apparently it's still very good for white after queen b1. Imagine I moved my rook here. Queen b7 is considered very strong. Queen takes c3 is still being recommended as the best move here. But what about I play... Oh, the king's entirely stuck here. That's something to keep in mind. Okay, well, imagine I play here. Mate in 4 after queen c7 check, and then... Okay, yeah, very interesting puzzle here, right? Very interesting puzzle. We don't actually set up to take the piece. The piece has to give itself away, because if the queen doesn't give itself up, there's all these ideas of checkmate and strong attacks on the back rank to be aware of. That's some very high level stuff. That is some very high level stuff. I like it. Very high level though. Not the kind of puzzle that I would feel super confident in solving, right? So hopefully the next one is less dank than that. Let's see. Okay, black to move in this position. Again, we're finding a way to win a piece, right? So what are we considering here? Again, is it some sort of checkmate idea? It might be. I've noticed that we have a discovered check here, right? With our queen. So what are we doing with that? Bishop f4, cutting off this square. The king could fall back with something like this, right? I could play here. Rook takes. Okay, so it's going to require some thinking. It's going to require some calculating. We can start working through some moves here. We can see what's happening. So imagine bishop f4, king goes here, right? King goes here. We would have knight g4, king moves back, we take, white captures, and we take bishop. Oh, wait a minute. I think I've lost something there. Okay, first line, bishop f4, king h3, knight g4, king back, captures, bishop takes queen, captures rook, takes knight. Oh, who's winning? Who's winning stuff in that position? I have no idea. Hopefully it's something more straightforward than this, right? What about bishop e3 instead? Bishop e3, king drops back here, we checkmate, right? That's the first thing to consider. And similarly, bishop e3, king comes back here. We have checkmate like this. So in the case of bishop e3, the white king can go to g3, which would allow this idea to get started with knight g5, right? Fork on the king and the queen. But what happens after that, I'm not so sure of. But I do think this is the first move, bishop e3, just because the white king can't run away to any of these squares on the back rank because of the checkmate threat, right? So after bishop e3, the only move, or the only two moves that we really need to consider are king h3 and queen g3. Queen g3 I can get rid of pretty much straight away, because after bishop e3, queen g3, we can play queen takes, g3, the knight guards our queen, and the king would move, and we win a queen, so that's not good. So the only move that I need to consider is king h3 in this position, right? So I'm thinking after that, knight g3. And in that position, the white king can do one of two things. Either king h4, actually one of three things. King h4, king g3, or king g2. So in the case of king h4, we actually take that queen with check, so that's very good for us. He's not going to play king h4. He might play one of these two moves, right? My knight's here. If he plays that, we could take the queen with a discovered check. In that position, white's bishop would capture our queen. So what's happening here, right? So here, check. No one's exchanged anything yet. King goes here. We get a queen. White gets a queen. We get a rook. White gets a knight. That's good for us, isn't it? We trade queens, we get a rook, right? So again, after here, here, we get a queen. White gets a queen. We get a rook. White gets a knight. And he's attack. Oh wait, no, the bishop's in the spot as well. Sorry. It's so hard to see this shit, man. My brain is genuinely exploding sometimes playing this game. So here, check. King comes back here. We take. Here, we get a queen. White gets a queen. We get a bishop. White gets a rook. We get a rook. So that's good for us, I think. I know this is the first move, right? Let me play this. Yep. That's the first move. And I think that this is the move as well. It is. And that's the puzzle. So there's no point in me calculating all this nonsense myself, because that is the solution to the puzzle, right? I would like to see the sequence of moves that makes that good. I'd like to see it just so I know, but I was not calculating that all in my head, right? So yeah, this is good for black because of bishop e3 and knight g5. Now, queen h2, which I didn't actually think about, is checkmate in 2. Okay. That's checkmate in 2 because if knight takes f3, king can go anywhere and then checkmate on the next move. Yeah, got ya. If he goes here, it's like checkmate like that. If he goes here, it's like checkmate like this. If he goes here, checkmate like this, right? So that's no good. Now, king g2, top move. And the recommendation is to take that bishop first, okay? Or play knight e4 with check. Knight e4, like this. Okay. Then the recommendation is king h3. And then knight g5 check once again. King g2 once again. No, yeah, so it's queen takes d3 here, right? And after that, something like rook takes allows knight takes f3. What about this? We step up, king f7, rook e6, knight takes d4. And we still end up with a queen versus a rook, which is winning, right? Okay. And so after that, we take here. Queen takes h5 is the recommendation. Queen takes e2 here. Here. Okay, this is some more madness, right? We're in Madland right now when it comes to these puzzles. We managed to get that, but I'm not sure I had the kind of skill set required to work through every single one of those puzzles, right? Really, I'm not sure about that one. Not sure at all. Yeah, not sure about that in the slightest. Cool. Let's hop into our next puzzle here. Right, let's do it. I think this will be our last puzzle. Apparently here my pawn could soon find the back rank. Okay. First thing I'm thinking about is what happens after this. That's very scary, right? This is an immediate threat. White promoting their pawn. What can I do about that? I can play here. How do I stop white promoting? I can play here, but then white promotes, right? My pawn could soon find the back rank, and this is better for black in this position. Okay. Play here. Black promotes. I can play here. King steps back. How is this good for black? Here, the king has to come forward. Here, no. This is a very strange position. How is this good for black? I don't understand that at all. H4 promotes. Check. Steps forward. Pawn pushes. Then he can just start all kinds of checks, right? To push me around and take pawns. So it should be to stop this promotion, but I don't know how to do it. Is there some sort of idea here with like here promotes, here no? I'm missing something really obvious here. This looks winning for white, if anything. Here, 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 here. If he ever steps away from this file, right, I can go here and then stop the promotion. You're the Elden Ring GeoGuessr GOAT. That's what's up. That is what I didn't realize I was in here with a legend. Jesus. I Shan't Rocks, welcome to the stream, sir. Nice to see you. That sounds very painful. I'm doing okay though. I'm doing good. Nice to see you. I don't believe I have seen you in a live stream before, so nice to meet you. I'm here looking at what is a very confusing chess puzzle. Thinking maybe here, comes down here, I can go back, and if he ever comes like up or forward, I can come here and stop the promotion, and then I am winning, right? So is it just to take the draw? Like here, here, here. No, because then promotes, right? So if I go here, he can play here, and then my rook can't get in a spot to stop the promotion, right? So here, here, I'd have to play like here, Again, though, if white comes forward at that point, we can go here and stop that promotion. So here, 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 here. Again, we can come over. I guess that has to be the idea. I don't see what it is otherwise. No, it's not. Okay. It's just not. Okay. What is the idea? Can I think of a good move for my pawn? Not really. Not really, no. Yes, I can. Here. Yep. Okay. That was just me being dumb. Yep. I don't know why I didn't see that. Yeah, obviously, we can go through the analysis again on this one, right? But I don't know why I didn't see that. A5. A5. Just saying after you promote and make a queen, we can stop that. You have to give up your queen, we take here, and then we just start pushing pawns, right? I believe is the idea. Like this. They make a queen, but then in this position we can play like this, right? They can step over, something like that, here. And it's just better for us. Very interesting. I completely missed a5. I didn't see it at all. I was so worried about this pawn. I didn't realize we could actually do something about the promotion with a move like this. There you go. Excellent. I think that is all of our puzzles. Let me check. It is, yeah. I'm broke, so I can't afford any more puzzles. So instead, what we can do now is we can hop in and play our game for the day, right? Our little 15-minute, 10-second increment rapid game on chess.com. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's play our game here. Get my game camera up. 15 minutes, 10-second increment. Let's do it. Okay, we're playing up against Acastelani, Brazilian, I think that is. Let's see what we get on the board here. Little bishop's opening. Okay. Very often this can turn into like an Italian type of setup, right? Just fine by me. Maybe some sort of reverse move order Italian. Okay, if I play bishop c5, you might have this move. Should I be worried about b4? I can drop my bishop back. If he pushes, not so comfortable for me. I can play knight g6, just like you normally would in the Italian if the knight was on this square. I guess let me do that first. If I do this and he plays for a big center anyway, I can take. If he pushes, I can take here. If he plays this, I can play here. And I should be fine, right? So here, 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 here. Looks fine. So let me put my knight here. I don't want to take too much time in the opening today. Yeah, so that's kind of that setup. So if we were to put a knight here, it would turn into what is the, I think, Gioco Pianissimo is the name of it. So yeah, if I put a bishop here and he plays this, again, that idea of kicking the knight away becomes a thing. So what else can I do? I can play a move like d4, but that actually runs into the same trap that I had in one of my latest videos on the channel. Too early to play d4. I can play like an early Knight e5 to attack the bishop. I can try that. What else can I do here? Maybe some sort of setup like this. Let me just be solid here, I guess. Let me be solid and just bring my bishop out this way for now. We'll give that a go. And does strike out with this move very quickly. Not so worried about this because I can play here. So let me maybe now play d5, but again, this comes after pawn takes. So let me just castle, get my king out of the center. I think that makes sense in this type of position. Do that. Hopefully that wasn't too early to castle. We'll see. Okay. So he's pushing more pawns on the queen side. Which opening is this? I think he's playing some sort of strange, like, delayed Italian type of setup, I think. Okay, what about d4 now? Saying pawn takes here, and then queen here. I can just drop my knight back, and it's not such a big deal. I quite like d4 here. If I play d4 and he plays here, I can put more pressure on the bishop, right? That's my idea. But here, 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 my knight does look a little bit stupid. I guess I'll play d4. Yeah, I think it's some sort of delayed Italian type of idea. Okay, so here and here. Hoping desperately that I've not missed something dumb here. Maybe he'll play queen here anyway. Then I can maybe bring my bishop out like this. Do I play chess 960? I don't, only because I'm not very good at normal chess, right? So, 960 maybe a little bit much for me. I could play here, freeing up this square for my knight to rotate. I don't hate that as an idea. Try and justify my weird move by saying after this I can put my knight back here. He has also left a pawn here undefended. No, he hasn't. Nice guarding that. Let me go here though, I think. That's interesting. He has stopped his own knight from developing. So maybe I go here and say after this comes, I play knight here with the idea that it guards my other knight. Yeah, let me do this and say it was all part of the plan. But actually, if I play here, there's bishop takes, and I lose a piece. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's play bishop here. It's fun. I've maybe played it like once or twice, I think. I think I've played it once or twice. I know the concept, right? It's like normal chess, but the pieces on the back row are randomized, right? I saw that Magnus Carlsen was playing in a chess 960 tournament recently and got, what was it, 9 out of 9, which is like all wins. That's ridiculous, right? That guy is crazy. Cool. So maybe now? Here? It's fun, but you never win. Join the club. Join the club of people who never win at this game. But maybe here is interesting, right? Saying, if you take, I can take back with the pawn. attack the queen and hit this pawn twice. It's an interesting idea. It does leave me with double isolated pawns, but the chance to win a central pawn. I can also play takes here with the knight at that point. And if I play here, there is an idea of bishop takes knight, so that's not quite so good. Right. What am I doing? I can play here to try and limit the power of a move like this. I don't hate that. I could play back here. I could go forward with my idea of putting a bishop here. Don't hate that idea, actually. Guess I could try this. Just saying that I'm kind of building pressure against this square in the center. Let me give that a go. It might be good, it might be bad. I would like to give it a go regardless here and see. My position looks solid. We'll see, right? I think it's one of those kind of games where a few good moves, a few bad moves, right? And all of a sudden, I'm either completely toast or I'm much better. I'm worried about this advance, but now I can replace my knight on this square. That's the idea of a move like bishop f6. I'm thinking there's 2 points in a move like this. One, we increase our control on this square. Okay, so he puts his knight into the game this way. Got you. I could swing this rook over. Just saying I don't have to double pawns in the case of a trade. Hitting the sheets, Goober. Nice to see you, man. Thanks for checking in. Have a good night. Sleep well. Sleep well. What about a move like Queen d7 here? Saying that maybe we could try something like this. Allow the rooks to talk to each other. But then after something like that, or we could walk into a pin with a move like this, but I can always just kick that piece back. Yeah, let me try Queen d7. Tips on getting better. Welcome to the stream, Eden Bird. Tips on getting better. Obviously play, right? Play the game a lot. That would be a good way to start. I like puzzles. Chess puzzles are good for getting better. Depends on, I guess, what kind of rating you are, right? What level you are at the game. You can't really go wrong though with doing puzzles and playing games. Okay, so there might be ideas of him playing knight h5 here, or knight into this square, right? Thinking about bringing a rook over, freeing up my knight to move. Or this rook over for the same reason. What to do about the knight getting into this square? Because it's attacking my bishop at that point. I could play a move like here first to hit the queen, but then here. So imagine here and knight here. Maybe at that point I could play here to attack the queen. No, because you can take here with check, right? Okay, I'm just going to start by playing this and we'll see what happens after. I can't stop him getting into that square, so if he wants it, he can have it. For lower yellow, such as 100 and 200, good openings in that area of yellow. I'll be honest with you, man, at that kind of rating range, you can play whatever. It doesn't really matter. I would say probably the most important thing is practicing your kind of normal puzzles, right? Kind of checkmate in 1, checkmate in 2, all that kind of stuff. If you're able to like notice when there's checkmate on the board, you'll do quite well. I think I'm going to play back here just to stop the knight getting into that square. His position's starting to look okay here, I think. So let me go here. Let me do that. See what happens next. Yeah, I would say the main things, practice some puzzles, right? Do some checkmate in 1, checkmate in 2, simple stuff like learn about pins, learn about double attacks, like your kind of basic chess tactics if you look at those. Okay, so he played queen here. Probably trying to play for bishop here next, I would imagine, which is a little bit scary. I can play here, takes, pawn takes, queen takes. So here, imagine some line like bishop takes, he gets a knight, I get a bishop, he gets a pawn, I get a bishop. Okay, I'm gonna have to start focusing here. I'm running a little bit low on time. His position is better than mine, I will say that. I can play here too, saying if you come here, I can drop back. That's possible. Knight here, bishop takes. Pawn takes, queen takes, bishop takes, pawn takes. We go here, and that's very good for us. I guess I'll try this, right? Let me give this a try and just say that concept isn't working. We'll see. We'll see. Can you add me? Of course you can, yeah. Please do. Feel free. See if this works. I'm kind of lost here. My brain, I don't know if my brain's just not working properly. I'm not sure. So like here, here, here. My idea is I can take here, and he can't take back because of the checkmate. Looks okay. I'm just really worried about this whole business. So okay, he takes there. I will take back with the pawn. So he had a knight. I get a bishop. He gets a bishop. I get a queen. He gets a queen. I get a pawn. Let me see here. So let me take this. Kind of finding this as I go here. Take here. Kind of making this one up as I go along. Queen's under attack. Bishop is indirectly under attack here. Let's see what he's got. He might try bishop takes. So he gets a bishop. Puts him up a piece. Okay, goes for that. So I guess I can take. He's able to take back in this position. I could play something else. Takes. I don't mind taking though, I think. I think that's okay for us here. Could also play here, very interestingly. Let me try this and say that's good. Say that's good, we'll see. I don't know if it's good or not. We'll see. My calculating's a little bit weird at the moment. Might be winning a piece though. I might have stumbled into winning a piece here. Okay, so moves his queen back there. That makes a lot of sense. Here, here, here. That wins a pawn, doesn't it? I think it does. Or he has to move the king in a weird way. So here, he has to take. I take here. A lot of things come under threat. I think that's good. I don't think there's anything better. So let me take here. And then I guess I can know that he's going to do this. Okay. So we win a pawn. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's a pawn. Right. What else can we do here? We can go here and put more pressure on a knight, I guess. Let's try that. Take over a file. Two scary looking bishops. Stop him from castling as well. I think he might play something like rook here. I could play this at that point, actually, which is an interesting tactical idea. Just saying he can't take. So I could play this, right? It's interesting, just because you can't take, because I got two pieces attacking that rook. Let me give this a try. He might just move his rook over to attack my bishop at that point, right? I could play here. Yeah, maybe not the most value in doing something like that. Because I could play here. Let me say this works. I'm thinking after he goes here, I can take a pawn, and if he attacks the bishop again, I can play here to solidify it. That's kind of my thought process. He does have this move, interestingly, but I can take with the bishop, right? Maybe I win another pawn here. We'll see. Yeah, he plays there to stop that from happening. Now what can I do? I can attack this knight with a move like here. Let me say that's a good move. Don't know if I'm missing something there, but it looks like an okay move. Just trying to disrupt the defender of this knight. He'll probably play here. I can play just away at that point. And then this knight's under attack, who's... Oh. Never mind, ignore me. I guess I can take here. Never mind, ignore me. I forgot that he could take that bishop. I guess I'm lucky in a way that that wasn't world ending. There we go. Never mind. Okay, castles. I guess I can take a pawn. Attack a knight. Try that. Plays here to attack a pawn. I can play here, attack the knight. And if he goes in there, which he might try. See here, what does this do? What does he have? Let's see. Have we just trapped a knight, by the way? I might have trapped this knight completely on accident. I'm doing so many things on accident in this game. Okay, so plays here to attack a pawn. I can take a knight, obviously. I can also play here first. And say after this, I can then take the knight this way, I think. So maybe I'll try this first. Hopefully there's no way for him to kind of shimmy his way out of this. Let me see. Let me see. Right? Worst that could happen is I'm wrong. Takes there, and I take here. Okay, goes for this. There's obviously some idea of his rooks communicating with each other in a dangerous way. So I can drop my rook up here. Like this, hopefully. Hopefully I'm not missing something crazy here. Plays that, sure. I can go here, attack this this rook. See what the rook wants to do. Plays to attack this pawn. I can play bishop here to defend that pawn, or can I? I think I can, because imagine here and he plays rook here, I can play this. I think that's okay. Let's give that a try, see if there's something wrong with it. Like this. Like this. This. Guess he's winning a pawn back here. Fair play. Okay, how do I get my bishop in a very normal spot here? I mean, I can play something like here first as well, just to force the king upwards. And then say like here, counter-attacking a pawn. That doesn't look so great for me. I actually don't love that I let this happen. But let's not cry about it. Play. Guess I'll give this a try. Yes, I'll give this a try. And then here. See if this works. I don't know if it does. Why didn't he play knight b7? We can look at that after the game and see. I'm not exactly sure what move we're talking about, but we can look at knight b7 after the game. We can go back to the position. We can have a look. Keep an eye on the clock. Thank you. Thank you. I'm always struggling on time. This is something that I am known for. Yeah, so it goes for that. I guess he's going to play with a pawn on this side of the board, so I guess I'll go... Well, actually, I can just take this pawn, can't I? Let's see what he's got. Let's see. I might play down here next. I can go back up and then try and escape like this. I also have a threat of checkmate here, by the way, which I don't think he might have accounted for. Be a nice little checkmate idea there. So you might play here. I go up. Sure, maybe I play this next. Is that the right order? Here. Here. And go here first, here, and then here. Threatening checkmate in 1. Let me try this. This can't be bad. Just threatening checkmate in 1 move, right? Is that stalemate? If he takes here. If I take, where can he move? Oh, he can move this pawn. Ah, got him. Got his ass. There we go, yes! Nice little checkmate there at the end. Excellent. Excellent. Good game. Good game, Mr. Akistolani. Akistolani. Good game. Fun one. Fun game. That's a nice little checkmate at the end there too, by the way. See this? This little net that we built. The king is completely dusted. I'm glad I noticed this pawn too, because I was worried that he was going for a stalemate trap. Good game indeed. Indeed. Fun one. Nice to get a win too after losing yesterday. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ice Rocks. Good game. Cool. Let's not piss around. Let's not waste any time. Let's hop into a little post-game analysis here. Right, we can see what was happening. We can talk about that idea with knight b7. Looks like I had 0 mistakes, 0 blunders, and 1 miss in this game. So let's pull up our analysis and see what is being said. Mr. eBird, let's become friends. Okay, so definitely better if we're talking about accuracy in this game as well. So 86% accuracy in the game. That's on 23 best moves, 8 excellent, 5 good, 2 inaccuracy, 1 mistake, 0 blunder. Okay, pretty good game from an accuracy point of view. Looking at the analysis graph, started very equal. I started to pick up a little bit of an advantage. Became a slightly bigger advantage. I let it go just a little bit. He missed the idea. It then became my advantage pretty heavily. Kept that into the end game, right? And was able to win. So if we take a look at the game, I know, Rox, you were asking at the start what kind of opening was being played. If you see, it starts as a bishop's opening here, right? But with this idea of c4, it's sort of like, even you can see the engine is suggesting that white plays this move. It's sort of like kind of a reverse move order Italian sort of idea. But it doesn't, I don't think it ever becomes proper Italian style, because he ends up putting the knight on this square. But that's the kind of idea that he's going for, is this early push in the center. So I bring the knight out, that's the best move. Brings a pawn out. Yeah, I wasn't so convinced by this move. Actually, the d4 move was the top move. I was a little worried after something like this, and queen comes here. I was a little worried about that, but I guess there's a move like bishop e6 in this position, so it's not so bad, right? Played your last game with an accuracy of 97.2%, highest you ever played in the Caro-Kann. Nasty. That is nasty. 97.2, actual engine in the chat, crazy. Actual chess engine in the chat. Closed off your own stream. You have a good stream, Lilamore? Just lurking. Good job for winning those puzzles. Thank you. Appreciate it. 97.2%. That's crazy. I think I've had 100% accuracy before, but that's only on games where there was like what 5 or 6 moves and my opponent just blundered straight away, right? If we're talking about like a long game, maybe like 30 moves on the board, right? Probably highest accuracy is something like 95, maybe something like that. So that's great. That's great. Caro-Can's a fun opening too. I never play it, but I hate playing against it. So bring the knight out. Bring the bishop out is fine. That's an inaccuracy. Castling is best. Just get the king away from danger. Starts this attack on the queen side. Fighting in the center was the right thing to do. I thought that was good after something like this and this. White's pawn structure is a little bit weaker, slightly less of a claim in the center. Not so bad. I'm not sure that's my definition, mate. I'm not sure that's my definition of a good stream, but I'm glad you had fun. Glad you had a good time. Fight in the center. Take back, we take back. This is a blunder. Oh, this is a blunder straight away because of e4. e4, pawn takes, and what? Eh? What's the follow-up here? Yeah, no, I was not finding that. that was not I was not finding that. What even is that? Alright. That's some computer stuff. Okay. That's some computer business. Some sort of crazy line. Where we got a big advantage after Queen F3. So after that I play the bishop out. Here. Okay, that's actually an inaccuracy. I did feel I was going slightly wrong with that, because eventually this allowed the knight to get in here, I think? Yeah, so he puts his knight in there. That's considered fine as well. Puts the knight in there. That's an inaccuracy, okay. Knight comes in here. That's best. That's the mistake. Yeah, so I think this is where I figured out that... Actually, that's a really good call, because I didn't calculate the line fully. It's your idea of fun. You had a ton of fun. Am I winning? I did win the one game. Yeah, the game that we were playing. I did win that, which is good. I was getting a little nervy there, but I did win it. Yeah, this is a good call from me. I didn't calculate the line fully, but I got the sense in my head that it was the right thing to do. Just after calculating bishop takes, pawn takes, we have a sort of indirect attack on this bishop. Can't capture because of checkmate on this square, right? So I knew in my head that that was a good idea, especially because we were attacking this this pawn, and we were stopping White's idea of getting the bishop into this square. So that is the best move. I didn't really calculate it, but I knew that that was the best move. You take, best thing to do. I take back. Okay. And that's the best move again. It's a good find. Yeah, it's sort of, I guess it's hard to see something like that, right? Just because, like, oh no, I'm losing a pawn, right? But I'm not losing a pawn because I can take a bishop. And why can't you take that back? Well, because of checkmate, right? I'm not, yeah. That was a nice thing to spot, especially my time wasn't the most at that point. So this is the way that it goes. We find that as well, just to attack the queen again and attack the bishop. White drops back. Okay, that's the wrong move order, I'm thinking. but it still wins a piece, right? Oh no, it doesn't win a piece, but it wins a pawn. I think I had an opportunity to win a piece somewhere here with a slightly different move order. So with takes here, saying after this, we have something else. Pawn here, check. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, some more computer stuff, right? You shouldn't take with the knight, which you can obviously do to put the king in check and win a bishop, right? Or force the trade of the bishop and probably the queen. No, what you should do is push f3, a move that would never even be on my radar, right? Why would I be thinking about f3? But apparently, because of f3, bishop takes is better here. Okay. Okay, fine. Takes here, here. We get queens off the board. And we end up in this position where we have an extra pawn. We have the bishop pair. And white has no pieces developed, right? White's only piece developed is this knight, which we will very quickly attack, right? So keep going. That's considered good. That's okay. That's good as well. That was kind of a bit lucky. I didn't really notice that this was a thing, but I was able to get 2 pawns back, right? That were not doubled. So it still worked out okay. Castled. Got another pawn. I don't know about this idea with the knight, right? Here, 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 here. Get my rook up onto this file. Just putting some pressure. I guess this was and this is where the idea of knight b7 comes in. So in answer to your question, Rox, of why white can't play knight b7, they can. It's the best move. I imagine I would follow up with rook b8. Yep. And eventually the knight will still be captured, right? Although that is the best way to do it, because it leaves me with this rook that's kind of trapped in by pawns. But I will still be winning a piece. No one's fighting f3 in that position. I'm sorry, if we go back. Nobody, maybe Magnus, maybe one of these fellas, right? Nobody in this position is playing bishop captures because of f3. It's not happening. I refuse to believe it. Simple trade, get queens off the board, get a pawn, get the bishop pair, move on with your life. Okay, you're not an engine, you're a human being. You're a human being. Play like a human being, right? Inaccuracy, sure. Here, 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 here. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing with this move. I don't really like it. But he doesn't play knight b7. Instead, let's capture this and then capture this way. So now I have an extra piece. Get my rook up onto a scary file here where it's attacking a lot of stuff. Pushes his pawn up. Bring my king over to attack. See, yeah, another reason that I played rook to c2 here. He wants to double rooks on this file, right? But by playing rook c2, I stop that from happening because the bishop can take the rook. So it's to prevent him from fully taking over this file. Attack the king. Here, 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 here. That's actually the best move. That's interesting that that's the best move. And actually, see, because of this little maneuver that I start with this move, he gets himself ultimately into the kind of trap that's going to end his game, right? So he takes more pawns. I take pawns. Sorry, to finish it off, right? I'm not the kind of guy who brags about much, right? I'm not that kind of guy in general. But to finish this game off with some nice moves, I find checkmate in 6. Eh? This is all forced. This is all forced moves. Here, king down. Here, rook comes down. Up, check, up, takes, down, here, and checkmate. Ooh. I'm sorry, that's quite nice. That is quite tasty. That's a YouTube thumbnail right there, right? That's can't believe that I got this checkmate in rapid chess! Exclamation mark. You won't believe what happens next. Gone wrong. Type of video, right? Excellent, excellent, fun game. Really enjoyed that. Good, good, solid, fun game. Um, yeah. Puzzles done. Chess game played and analyzed. Right. Got to catch up with some of my boys. Right. Had some guys back in the stream. Not streamed in a long time, so it's good to be back on here. Would have fallen for that stalemate trick. So I had to calculate this, right. In this position, after I played king to g6, I was worried about rook takes g7. I thought that if I took here, you can see that black's king is completely stuck, right? Black's king can't go anywhere, and on this side of the board I'm blocking off all the pawns. So I thought there might be a stalemate trick with rook captures g7. Luckily for me, after I take this rook, there's one move left for white, which is pushing the pawn to a5, and at that point we can deliver checkmate. Don't forget the red arrow, yeah. You won't believe what happens next. Deserved win, well done. Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to get a win always. Although I'm going to be honest with you guys, I think I'm starting to think about chess a little bit differently, right? Winning and losing, it's not the most important thing for me at the moment. It's kind of weird, but I'm almost thinking about chess like exercise, right? Like working out. Um, if you're lifting weights or whatever, you're gonna have days where you're not quite as strong. You can't push quite as much, but you still go just to get the reps in, right, and get the experience. And eventually, over time, if you do it enough and you practice enough, you will become stronger. I see chess very much the same, right? The brain's a muscle, just like any other muscle. So right now, as much as possible, I'm trying to get on, play games, have fun games. I'm not playing a ton of games. Like today, I'm only going to be playing the one game, and I will be hopping off very shortly here. But all I'm trying to do is hop on, play at least one high quality game where I am like thinking a good amount, calculating stuff, and not just giving away easy stuff. I'm trying to do that just so I can build the skill and like calculating positions, understanding the game more, etc., etc. Right? That's all that matters for me right now. And also just having fun, right? Because chess is a board game, and it's a fun board game. Chess game gone wrong at 3 a.m. Yeah, Freddy Fazbear appeared in my bedroom while I was playing chess at 3 a.m. Gone wrong. Five Nights at Freddy's Epic Compilations number 15, right? That's the title of the video. Yeah, yeah. As I say, I think I'll be hopping off here pretty shortly. It's good to practice very often. Yeah, that's why I come on. I do a couple of puzzles, right, just to get the brain warmed up. I do a nice long 15-minute game. Analyze it afterwards. Look through the moves. Think about some of the potential lines that we could have gone into, and then get off. In and out. Nice little stream. What was that, an hour and a half that I'm at? It's not the longest stream ever, but I think we made our point, right? Made our point. Nice to see everyone. hopefully we all had fun. If I know Rox, I know you're new in here as of today. I don't think I've seen you before. I do post at the moment chess stuff on YouTube. Right, I've got a couple of videos up on the channel. So if for whatever reason you're specifically curious to see more of my games, I got a couple of videos up. You can check those out. That's for you as well, Lulymore. You might have seen some of them already. I don't know, but yeah, I do have stuff up on the channel. The niche is very much intermediate level chess, right? As you can see, I'm rated 1572 on chess.com, and that's probably maybe generous to what my rating actually is. I don't know. But yeah, it's very much intermediate play, seeing how someone who has played the game for a couple of years thinks about the game. That's the kind of niche that I'm going for. Pop it off, Lilymore. Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. It's nice to be back doing it. I think I'll do another one. I think I will. I don't know exactly when. I don't know if it's going to be a daily thing like what I was doing before, or whether I'll try and space them out more. I'll just play it by ear and I'll see how it goes. Roast dinner, what's up, man? Checking in right at the end. Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. That's my guy right there. Great stream. Thanks, Rox, man. Nice to see you. Come back often. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, I can't give you a clearly defined schedule as of yet, but I know I'm going to be back very soon, within the next couple of days at the very least. Tomorrow, I'll either try to put up a video or hop on here like tonight and stream for just like an hour and a half, maybe something like that. 2 hours. We'll see how it goes. Commented on the videos. You did indeed. You did indeed. You've dishonored your family. I'll be back on, Roast. I'll be back on. You know what, man. I always got time for you. Cool, guys. Cool. Thanks for stopping by. I will, as I say, be back on next couple of days. Keep your eyes peeled on the YouTube channel. You can always subscribe to the YouTube page, and you can choose to get notifications for when I go live. So YouTube will just tell you when I'm live. Little plug there for myself at the end. Cheers, guys. I hope everyone has a good night, good day, whatever your time zone is. Catch you all later. See you. What do you do then? Do you do like a little wave, like, catch you? I'm off. I'm off to bed. It's bedtime. I'll see you later. Cheers. See you guys. Bye. See you later. Bye. Oh.